3 दिसंबर विश्व भर में वर्ल्ड डिसेबिलिटी डे या विश्व विकलांग दिवस के रूप में 1992 से मनाया जा रहा है। जो लोग अलग तरह से सक्षम हैं, डिफरेंटली एबल्ड, उनके लिए आज ही दिवाली, क्रिसमस और ईद है।
World Disability Day, 3rd of December, acts as a glue to say that look, it's our day. What I think makes it very special this year is the first anniversary of the new law called the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. For the first 50 years of our country, there was no law, there was no policy in this country to protect the rights of its disabled citizens. Disabled people were not even a blip on the radar screen of this nation. 50 years, half a century gone, that nothing is accessible, that our books are not conducive for the blind, that there is no sign language, whether it's education or employment or accessibility or any aspect of life, disabled people are just nowhere. There has been some progress, there has been some movement, but not to the desired level.
Good morning, Delhi. It's been snowing in the hills and Delhi can feel the chill. But as you make your way towards office, whether in your car or a bike or a bus, spare a thought for thousands of our fellow citizens with disabilities for whom Accessible India is still a dream. The disabled fraternity last evening lost the man who had been bringing this dream close to reality. Javed Abidi was 52 and had been working tirelessly for more than 2 decades in championing the importance of accessible environment. Our thoughts are with his family and the whole disabled fraternity, and we hope that the legacy that he has left behind will be carried forward.
This is one of Javed at Taj Mahal. For the Accessible India campaign of that time. This is the first time that he was talking about access. I think when he visited historical monuments in other countries, and he said कि सारे मतलब पूरी दुनिया में मैं जहाँ पे भी जाता हूँ सब जगह historical monuments accessible हैं. हम ही लोग कहते रहते हैं कि नहीं मतलब monuments को नहीं किया जा सकता क्योंकि मतलब उनकी खूबसूरती ख़राब हो जाएगी और कि historical value पे असर पड़ेगा ये वो. तो ये था कि वो बहुत चाह रहे थे करना और वो अपॉर्चुनिटी आई थिंक बहुत अच्छे से मिली जब स्टीवन हॉकिंग आए एंड ही expressed his wish to visit the historical monuments, and Javed got in. He used to call it like a big opportunity to roll the whole campaign.
I was woken up around 7:30 by a call. Again, good old days, you know, the MTNL phone next to your bedside. And his assistant, Neil Shera, was on the phone to say that he is coming to Delhi and he has asked me to check with you if there are any historical places that he can visit and if you can arrange that. And I'm not a morning person. I hate mornings. You can ask anyone who knows me. 7:30 it was. I was ramrod. I could have actually stood up and started walking or dancing. I was that alert. I was like, wow. I mean, this is Stephen Hawking. I mean, what a brilliant man. I mean, he has given me the biggest football of my life. Ki bachcha, play with it. I got up, raced to my office. I asked one of my senior colleagues, who is by the way very well known here in Bangalore, Ramachari. Many of you, most of you know her, you can ask her. I told Rama, I said, you go there personally. This is not a letter to be sent with a peon.
At that time, we said make ramps for him to visit these places. And of course, at that time, ASI was adamant saying that not a brick can be moved. These are historical monuments. How are you even asking this question? But media then was mobilized and they really took it as a major campaign. with a lot of news items that appeared regarding Professor Hawking's visit to India, including some editorials saying, what if Stephen Hawking was born in India? What kind of a life would he have had? So that kind of a thing helped catalyzing, and then overnight ASI was asked to build a ramp in Qutub Minar till that iron pillar, and Professor Hawking visited Qutub Minar, and ASI was keen to remove that ramp immediately.
Archaeological Survey of India was pissed off. Even before Hawking left, they already were saying इनको हटा देंगे foreign. I had to actually go to the Delhi High Court to seek a stay. We actually went to the Delhi High Court to get a stay order. The judge says, but why only the historical monuments? What about other public places? And that's where that one small writ petition got converted into a 5-year-long public interest litigation. And if Delhi is comparatively more accessible today, if you see the pavements, you see the bus stops, you see whatever else has happened there, it's because of that petition that started in 2001.
भारत में लगभग 3 करोड़ विकलांग जन हैं। इनमें बहुत ही प्रतिभाशाली, साहसी और मेहनती युवक युवतियां तथा बालक बालिकाएं शामिल हैं। किंतु विडंबना ये है कि उनके आसपास के वातावरण की कुछ बाधाएं उन्हें अपनी क्षमता का पूर्ण उपयोग करने से रोकती हैं। हमारे सरकारी भवन, अस्पताल, विद्यालय विकलांग जनों के लिए सुगम्य नहीं है। सुगम्य रैंप, सुगम्य लिफ्ट, सुगम्य शौचालय आदि सुविधाओं के बिना विकलांग जन इन भवनों की सेवाओं का पूर्ण उपयोग नहीं कर पाते। यही हाल हमारे रेलवे स्टेशन, बस स्टॉप, बसों तथा रेलगाड़ियों का है। हमारी वेबसाइट्स यदि W3C सुगम्यता मापदंडों को पूरा नहीं करती तो वे दृष्टिबाधित और श्रवण बाधित व्यक्तियों के लिए पूरी तरह उपयोगी नहीं है। भारत सरकार का इसी दिशा में महत्वपूर्ण कदम है सुगम्य भारत अभियान। इसका उद्देश्य है कि देश का प्रत्येक विकलांगजन अन्य सामान्य व्यक्तियों के समान स्वावलंबी होकर सम्मान और गरिमा के साथ जीवन यापन करे। सुगम्य भारत, सशक्त भारत।
If you have an accessible infrastructure, the efficiency of the institutions, the government machinery and the society also makes it much more sort of effective in terms of interactive sort of whether it is public business, whether it's private business, whether it is sort of understanding where such persons need to be included, so to make society much more inclusive.
I was born on 1st September 1987 with the disability called arthrogryposis, which basically means that the muscles in my arms and legs were not fully developed. There were at least 15 to 20 schools, mainstream integrated schools, that rejected me because they did not want to have the responsibility of a child with a disability. So my school life was a very lonely life in that sense. In India, most people restrict the conversation to physical infrastructure and whether it's accessible or not. But I think the bigger challenge for persons with disabilities are the accessibility in terms of attitudes of people towards persons with disabilities. In the last 30 years, there is a lot that has happened too. A lot of the new infrastructure, especially in urban India, is more accessible. The newer schools, even by the government that are coming up, have ramps and the basic infrastructure for persons with disabilities. But in terms of on-ground change due to the campaign, I think it has been extremely disappointing. So we are at Hoskas Village market here, and I'm at the parking. I've just gotten off. And just like any other market, Hoskas Village also, of course, has a reserved parking for a wheelchair. But shockingly for me, what I realized when I saw the parking is that there are other people who park their cars here. Sir, यहाँ wheelchair parking लिखा हुआ है, अपने गाड़ी यहाँ क्यों पार्क की अपनी? So what he's saying is that the parking authorities actually told him to park his car here. That means not only has he been insensitive, but the people who were supposed to safeguard the parking have been careless towards persons with disabilities. And this is the state for persons with disabilities everywhere. If you look at the terrain here also, it is so difficult. This road is almost impossible for a wheelchair user to use. It's a coffee shop or what is it?
No, it's a lounge cafe type. Restaurant.
Excuse me? I wanted to go to Imperfecta. Is there a lift or something?
No, sir. There's no lift.
So how can a wheelchair enter? There's no way? Is there any way my wheelchair can enter?
We have only stairs.
You only have stairs. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Lift is that side. Since none of the other restaurants worked, I had read somewhere that Coast Cafe, which is a very nice South Indian restaurant, has a lift to enter. But unfortunately, how does one even reach the lift? Because there are stairs leading up to the lift. How do you go so horribly wrong in planning a restaurant where you build a lift, but you have two series of steps leading up to the lift? If you look at all the shops in the markets here, nothing is very accessible. Even shopping, like for example in the store, there are 3 steps. A ramp could have easily been built here, in fact, but I guess they don't look at persons with disabilities or the elderly as a market. What people don't realize is that everybody is temporarily able-bodied and can get an injury at any point. And this is in the most prominent market in Delhi.
Awareness about the need of accessibility cannot be limited to a ramp, and it cannot be left without any standardization. If you tell me that go and withdraw money from my bank using an ATM, you know, I forget about reaching the ATM on a wheelchair from here, from my office or my home. But finding an accessible ATM which is as basic is difficult. You can't find it, you know. And this is a story, as I speak, we are talking about an urban thing, you know, and accessibility is very urban centric. You only go to malls where you want to, if you want to go, malls you'll find accessibility. You want to go to a coffee shop, it has to be the 5-star hotel. You know, something which is, you know, next door, something which is in the neighborhood, you can just go and have a cup of coffee, you buy your essentials, or you want to withdraw money, you go to, and this is still, you know, a distance dream. And I don't think there is enough awareness about the need of accessibility for people with disability.
We don't see people with disability, and it's a very vicious circle when there is no access. If you don't see more people with disability, you don't know how exactly you're supposed to behave, you know, the kind of challenges that they face. My friends did not know that, you know, how important a ramp is. Most of the educated people don't even know why we have tactile paths on metro stations. And I mean, people don't know that elevator may sound, why does the lady speak? It's going up, going down. People find it annoying. Like, I don't know why she is being so descriptive about it.
It has been a very, very slow and tedious process. I do not think the government has been as proactive as it should have been, or as it should even now be, to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities. I do not see much change that has come from the campaign. A lot of access audits have happened, but in terms of real ground change to the lives of persons with disabilities, I really don't know. We have so many developmental projects, things happening all across the country. Unless these do not ensure inclusion, accessibility would become an afterthought. And implementing an afterthought is not easy, it is expensive. इस वाली लेन को जो जिसमें हम चल रहे हैं, वाई शुड इट बी अ हाई ट्रैफिक लेन? दिस इज़ अ सर्विस लेन। कमर्शियल व्हीकल्स और ये सब नहीं आ सकते। इसी रोड पे बस आ रही है, दिस इज़ हॉरिबल। पेडिस्ट्रियंस कहाँ जाएंगे?
लोग यहाँ चल भी नहीं सकते जब बस आ रही है।
एग्जैक्टली, बहुत चौड़ी है ना वो। हाँ। The work that we do is a lot of accessibility audits, and we cover almost each and every space, starting from an open area like a garden or a road or a streetscape, leading to museums and malls and shopping areas, to historical spaces. Assistive technology is one part of it, but at least the physical barriers can be removed. हाँ जी सर, ये गलत है। इसमें क्या होगा, आपकी एक तो गाइडिंग टाइल्स पहले ही ख़त्म हो जाएंगी, स्लोप पे नहीं आएंगी।
कौन सी टाइल? अलार्मिंग?
वार्निंग।
वो कहाँ पर लगानी है?
वार्निंग सर देखिए, ये आपका पूरा
यहाँ लोकेशन
मैं बता रही हूँ सर, 1 मिनट। आपका ये फुटपाथ है ना पूरा, सपोज यहाँ एंड होना है, इसके 1 फुट पहले आपने वार्निंग देनी है, राइट? और जहाँ ख़त्म हो गया उसके 1 फुट बाद आपने वार्निंग देनी है। It is. यहाँ से चढ़ाना। आप आ जाओगे दिनेश आगे। निशा आप रुक जाओ। हाँ बस चलो, ओके। Same, we will have the same issue there. अब दिस सर ये कंटिन्यूटी चाहिए थी कि इसके साथ अभी आपने ये
कर देंगे तो इनकी गाड़ियाँ बहुत बड़ी गाड़ियाँ हैं, रोड तोड़ती हैं, अपने से कर देते हैं।
बिकॉज ये वाला अच्छा मिला हुआ है, एटलीस्ट कंटिन्यूअस भी है और स्ट्रेट भी है। बस हमें वो रैंप चाहिए था यहाँ पर। अगर रैंप हो जाता है तो काफ़ी कुछ कवर हो जाएगा। वहाँ फुटपाथ दिया, यहाँ ड्रेन आ गया है, तो अब हमारे पास वॉकिंग स्पेस ही नहीं है। हमारे पास क्या है, हमारे एनफोर्समेंट की इशू है। अगर हमारे यहाँ जितने लेजिस्लेशन कानून हमारे पास है ना, उतने कहीं नहीं है, बट हम लोग एनफोर्स नहीं करते, इस वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं।
Unfortunately, the roads are only made for cars and buses. The pedestrians don't have a say. Most of us are forced to cross because there are no zebra crossings anymore. We are forced to risk our lives, and pavements are made so badly. Every 1 meter or 2 meter, you have to have a level difference that you need to negotiate. So there cannot be any places where one can ride a bicycle. Would you call a disabled need? It's not. Accessibility affects each one of us. Accessibility is that little flavor in life that makes life easier.
Upar se you see that of course it's more accessible than any other cities in our country, but at the very same time, when you go and check it in the reality, it's not. The only means I had to do my college was take the metro, take the bus and all that stuff. So every day I had to take the bus. It'll be a fight because they wouldn't know there is a ramp which opens. I have taught 200 drivers over my whole years of traveling that this is how it opens. Even if it opens, they're reluctant to open it. They don't want, they'll tell you it is not allowed, madam. आपको तो अपनी गाड़ी होनी चाहिए, आप इसमें क्यों जा रहे हो, ये आप लोगों के लिए नहीं है and all that. So when you see the kind of discrimination, I mean it is a sort of harassment, right? I mean you're just being denied for a basic simple right to go out. So of course that's very discriminatory.
I think the challenges are tremendous when it comes to public transport. And even before I come to the Delhi metro or buses, if you look at the footpaths in Delhi, there are manholes, tactile tiles that are there for the blind normally lead up to a tree. So it becomes dangerous for a blind person to go through the tactile tiles. It's more like a formality कि tactile tile डालनी है तो डाल दी है, but कोई सोच के बिना डाली जाती है. Secondly, crossings normally do not really have a ramp, but there's just a step. So even if you cross a road, you'll suddenly have a step and you'll have to go back as a wheelchair user. So wheelchair users cannot use them at all too. So there are big challenges, you know. I mean, I remember I've gone to developed countries like Singapore, where I can wheel myself from one part of the city to the other. In Delhi, I'll always be scared कि कहाँ पे hole आ जाएगा, कहाँ पे step आ जाएगी, because the road infrastructure is so badly planned in a city like Delhi. as you can see visibly here, there's no way for me to even reach the bus stop. It's all dug up on the sides. There's no ramp connecting to the bus stop. There are tactile tiles for the blind, but these tactile tiles have no sense because just used as a design rather than to aid the blind to lead them to the right seat on the bus stop. शंकर कोई बस आएगी तो रोकिए वहाँ. ये रैंप खोल देंगे, अंदर जाना है. You can look at the ramp. I don't think it's ever been opened. खतरा हो गई. ए मेरा पैर छूट चल. नहीं टूट जाएगा. ओह टूट जाएगा. टूटा हुआ है ये. हाँ अब वो बंद कर दो वापस. This ramp hasn't been properly maintained and it's broken, so ठीक है. एक मिनट पकड़ ले शंकर, तो पकड़ ले. ए आप छोड़ दीजिए भैया. ए शंकर उल्टा कर. टायर अटक गया शंकर.
अरे यार काम हो गया.
My problem with today's time is that we talk a lot. There are lots of talks, there are lots of agitations, there are lots of revolutionary ideas, but how many of us actually go there and attempt to do this?
Security frisking. So we are trying to put together an entire module for them.
We've created small little islands. We made metro accessible, but how do you reach to your office or your home from a metro? Because there are no pathways, there are no pedestrian pathways that exist.
So people keep leaving. So
the biggest surprise element that we found out with our audits in India was none of the hospitals are accessible. This was a major shock for me because hospitals is where people with temporary or permanent disabilities go, and they are not accessible. Not one diagnostic center is accessible.
we do all kind of audits, right? Building audits, audits of transportation infrastructure, of transport systems, for example, we've been conducting audits for the aviation.
So problem is where? Not in the person but in the surroundings. So the social model places the fault in the existing environment, attitudes and social setup. Attitudes and social setup that inhibit the persons with disabilities from participating equally in the society. So that may be reflected in form of badly designed buildings, poor job prospects, no lift, inaccessible transport.
The trainings that we conduct for various group of stakeholders, we conduct training for architects, for engineers, for education who are going to be teachers, for a variety of stakeholders, so that they are more sensitive to the needs of persons with reduced mobility.
Let your imagination. Now listen carefully, listen to the instructions carefully. We have those black binders. If you have your handkerchief, please use that. If not, then probably you can use this My Stair. Place it here and then over that you can use that binder. And please ensure that you are not able to see anything. If you really want to feel, what it means to negotiate without vision. ऐसे और एनवायरनमेंट से ना आपको बस ऐसे क्लूज लेने ऐसे हल्का सा ऐसे लेना आप राइट डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं कि नहीं फाइंड वॉशरूम अंदर जाके यू हैव टू फाइंड द वॉशरूम
We have sensitized all our staff about handling people with disabilities. We have given unwritten instructions to all our station staff that in case they get information that a person who has a problem or a disability is coming to their station, they should provide an escort service. And they should inform the station on which he is getting down so that the escort service continues. There are certain NGOs who have been doing audit and they keep giving their suggestions. So we are always open to that and we have made some improvements also.
Metro is by and large is the most accessible public transport system in the country, but still there are a lot of areas of improvement which can make it more friendlier to other disabilities.
So टिकट काउंटर पे पहुँचे आप, जरा किसी भी टिकट काउंटर पे देखें आप कितना ऊंचा टिकट काउंटर, थोड़ा नीचा होना चाहिए, कितना नीचा होना चाहिए आपके, और नीचे, थोड़ा और नीचे, कितना होना चाहिए? So only for aged and disabled. Okay.
Lift बहुत बड़ी है.
Lift is very good. A good thing about it is it's a very good height, so which is like a good practice by the Delhi Metro. और इसका width भी बहुत अच्छा है. It's I think close to 1 meter. So it's helpful for a lot of people.
देखिए प्रॉब्लम हो रही है.
नहीं जा सकते ना, ऐसे नहीं जा पा रहे हैं. रिवर्स से देखें एक बार.
चली जाएगी. इसका थोड़ा सा ये बाहर निकला.
तब देखते हैं. हाँ नहीं. They call it accessible, but there is a fixed pole. आपने एक जगह इसमें दी है काफ़ी, लेकिन इस डिज़ाइन की वजह से या इस पोल की वजह से ये हमारे लिए futile हो गया. I mean, a person on a wheelchair cannot use this toilet. That's a big problem. So we have seen the public toilets, we have seen the entrance lift. So let's go to the platforms. Great. There's a lot of gap काफ़ी है. हाँ करो अंदर लगाएं, रैंप लगाइए. ओके. थोड़ा और पीछे होगा ना, ये और पीछे होगा, और पीछे. ये पैर लगा दो ऐसे. चलो. ओ वेरी गुड. ये हम भी अपनी रिपोर्ट में देंगे दिल्ली मेट्रो को, और आप भी अपनी तरफ से कह देंगे भाई these are my observations. So a team had come and these are our observations to improve the station's accessibility for people with reduced mobility. It should be considered. आप हमारे साथ हैं इसमें? Yes sir. I am sure. Thank you so much.
कहा जाता है कि एयरपोर्ट्स बहुत एक्सेसिबल है, लेकिन एयरपोर्ट्स के मामले में मैं आज भी कहूँगी कि हमारे लिए वो भी आज फुल्ली एक्सेसिबल नहीं है. आज भी वो हमें व्हीलचेयर से क्यों शिफ्ट करते हैं हमारी व्हीलचेयर को स्कैनिंग करने के लिए. बाकी कंट्रीज़ में हम जाते हैं तब तो हमें नहीं उठाया जाता व्हीलचेयर से, इंडिया में ही क्यों? मेट्रो मैं प्रेफर करती हूँ, मेट्रो में भी काफ़ी दिक्कत आती है. फिर आ जाए रेलवे पे, पूरा पैसा दे के रिजर्वेशन करते हैं, फिर भी हमें टिकट मिलता है या सीट मिलती है अपर बर्थ, जो कोई भी चेंज करने के लिए आसानी से रेडी नहीं होता. आपको पता है कैब्स में हमारे साथ क्या होता है? मैडम ये व्हीलचेयर ले जानी ज़रूरी है, इससे तो हमारी सीट खराब हो रही है. मतलब इतने तामझाम करने पड़ते हैं उस कैब में बैठने के लिए भी. कभी कभी ऐसे लोग मिल जाते हैं कि वो कैब कैंसिल कर देते हैं, लेकिन हमें बिठाते भी नहीं है. तो आप बताइए हम कौन सा ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज़ करें?
We are aware of the challenges people with disabilities face and seniors face when they need to commute around. We did a lot of research on this and then looked at what is available in India, outside, and then came up with the 3 models. One is a vehicle where a person who is permanently on a wheelchair can get inside the vehicle sitting on his or her wheelchair.
We did a lot of work analyzing who our potential users will be, and based on that we came up with these 3 models. We had to choose different kinds of vehicles for each of them, and when we first started, we started with one vehicle initially, one with a turnout modification and the other one with a ramp modification. And since then we have learned quite a bit in terms of what really suits the customers.
See, the car seat turns out and it comes out of the car. So you can remove the seat of the car and we can fix it to the wheelchair. So the car seat can be detached. And once he has done all the work, he can come back and he can easily go inside the car and sit.
before Kickstart came, and even now, for those who are unable to use us, the kind of commute is not only uncomfortable and not safe, it is also very undignified. Because a disabled person, if he or she has to travel, has to be lifted, carried, transferred into another vehicle, and that's not a nice thing for an adult to feel.
I have Honda Amaze, that is hand operated, and I drive it for the regular commute. However, when it is not that every time it is feasible for me to drive on my own. When I believe that there would be a parking challenge, or I may not get the help to take my wheelchair in and out, so I often rely on the cabs. Rather than making use of the regular cabs, I prefer to make use of the Kickstart cabs. There are two reasons behind it. One is that it gives me the convenience of commute, and Kickstart cabs are the pioneers in the modified cabs. It is not that only the cabs are modified, the drivers are also well trained. They're well equipped, they're very sensitive towards the need of the persons with disabilities.
I born this way, so I had this disability right from the birth. So obviously I have seen many challenges right from my childhood. School में obviously they had this attitude के ऐसे बच्चे को अगर स्कूल में एडमिशन दिया जाएगा तो उनके ऊपर बर्डन होगा, तो वो सारी चीज़ें थी, उनको फेस किया है मैंने। फिर जैसे जैसे बढ़ने लगे ये पता चला कि भाई हम एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक जा तो सकते हैं, बट उस पॉइंट पे जाके हम लोग स्टक हो जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्सेसिबिलिटी। आई वॉज सिटिंग ऑन माई ब्रदर्स बाइक एंड आई वॉज जस्ट थिंकिंग कि इस बाइक में क्या कुछ हो सकता है। जैसे बाइक्स में गियर्स होते हैं, उसको हम हैंड ऑपरेटेड बना दें, या उसके जो गियर्स हैं और ब्रेक्स हैं वो हैंड ऑपरेटेड बना दें, तो आपकी बाइक भी आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं, वेदर यू आर अ पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी और नॉट। I have rode that bike for almost 6 years. तो उसका टर्निंग में बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम फेस आती थी, एंड जब भी हम लोग चल रहे हैं तो ऐसा लगता था, एक I had a sense of fear कि शायद अब गिर सकते हैं।
I met Faisal earlier this year, and I was introduced to a very interesting problem. We had regular discussions, regular debates about what should be done, how should we go about doing it. He's a very informative and academic person. He sort of gave us the direction as to what is actually needed, and that led us to design and develop and fabricate something which has an impact.
मेरे ख्याल से शायद जितने भी, मैं टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड से नहीं हूँ, आई जस्ट न्यू इट कि हमें कुछ ऐसा बनाना है, लेकिन वो क्या बनाना है वो हम लोगों ने साथ मिल करके डिसाइड किया। तो हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग रिवर्स स्ट्राइक बना सकते हैं।
तो आपने सही कहा, अगर वो साइड का हटा देंगे
बिल्कुल
काफ़ी और जगह मिल जाएगा। कैसा लग रहा?
बहुत ही बढ़िया। रिवर्स स्ट्राइक एक ऐसा सिस्टम है, द बाइक विच हैज़ 2 wheels at the front and the wheels is connected to the handlebar. तो इसका जो सस्पेंशन सिस्टम है, इसका जो लीनिंग सिस्टम है, एंड इसका जो स्मूथनेस है वाइल राइडिंग अ बाइक, ये बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंट है उस वाले सिस्टम से जो हम लोग चलाते हैं। और ये हमारा सेकंड प्रोटोटाइप है जो हमने डेवलप किया है। एक वो जो सेंस ऑफ फियर था ना उसमें, इस सिस्टम में ये बिल्कुल नहीं है, तो ऐसा लगता है लीनिंग में ना मज़ा आ रहा है।
Person with disability has a biological limitation because of any event that happened in his life, or congenital, or anything. Products and technologies can offset this biological limitation by giving them the capacity to be independent, to live the life like any other person. We are creating new and new mobile phones every year, every month, but for them the wheelchair hasn't changed in the past 20-30 years. I think there is a requirement for greater focus and impetus to such innovations that are seeing the day's light, that are not shelved at some place inside a lab, but are actually out there and being used by people.
It has always been a challenge to create a path from student projects to actual use. Okay, that has been a challenge. That's a journey that we have traversed and to some extent successfully shown that it is possible that the work we do in the lab. Users are extremely important. Any problem or any solution you want to, it needs first validation or even origin should come from the user. And again, exactly the same. Mr. Dipendra Manocha, he used to come to the lab and discuss challenges that they face and can our students help them in trying to find solutions. We started working on this first device, SmartCane, where we had a set of students who took this challenge and started working on it. Dipender had lots of ideas and we realized that there are many solutions required and the solutions that are globally available are too expensive.
SmartCane एक अलग माइलस्टोन था कि जिसमें पहला ऐसा डिवाइस मैं मानूंगा कि जो कि सोफिस्टिकेटेड डिवाइस था जो कि एक एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन में जिसका प्रोटोटाइप तैयार हुआ, लेकिन एक ट्रांजिशनल रिसर्च के साथ, इंडस्ट्री की पार्टनरशिप के साथ उस डिवाइस को एंड यूज़र के हाथ तक पहुंचाया गया। जो नी बिलो ऑब्स्टिकल्स हैं उसको नॉर्मल वाइट केन डिटेक्ट करती है, लेकिन नी अबव ऑब्स्टिकल्स को स्मार्ट केन का जो मैकेनिज़्म है वो डिटेक्ट करता है। 3 मीटर दूर से बिना किसी ऑब्स्टिकल को टच किए आप उस ऑब्स्टिकल के होने का इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे तक पहुंच पाता है। उसने सिर्फ एक प्रोडक्ट नहीं दिया, एक रास्ता खोल दिया कि कैसे प्रोडक्ट का डेवलपमेंट डिसेबल्ड पर्सन्स के लिए किया जा सकता है और कैसे इंडियन कंडीशंस के हिसाब से भी किसी प्रोडक्ट को डेवलप करा के और यूज़र्स के हाथ में दिया जा सकता है। It is not just built environment that will help persons with sensory impairment, जैसे hearing impairment है या blindness है, तो उनके लिए फिर नई सोच शुरू हुई कि कैसे एक विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड पर्सन अपने आप इंडिपेंडेंटली पढ़ या लिख सकता है। तो उससे रिलेटेड 4-5 मेजर प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जिसमें एक ऑनलाइन लाइब्रेरी सुगम्य पुस्तकालय इस्टेब्लिश की गई अगस्त 2016 में। एक बार एक एंड यूज़र सुगम्य पुस्तकालय पे पहुंचा तो उसको हिंदुस्तान में चाहे जिस मर्जी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने किताब एक्सेसिबल फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट की हो उसको उसका एक्सेस मिल जाता है। ऐसी सिंपली रीडिंग ऐप एक बनाई गई है जो कि किसी भी एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन को सुगम्य पुस्तकालय से या बुक शेयर से जोड़ देती है और उसका कंटेंट डाउनलोड करके सीधा हम लोग उस पर पढ़ना शुरू कर सकते हैं।
How to make a movie accessible to the blind people. So because you would relate there are a lot of areas where there is complete silence in the movie. There's some action is shown. Now if there is an additional dialogue to inform the blind user that this is happening on the screen and the background is like this, so it becomes accessible for the blind. So those features are coming into movies.
जेलर आगे बढ़ा, कैदी के पास पहुंचा जिसकी आधी मूछ नहीं है। उसने उसके चेहरे की ओर देखा, फिर गौर से देखा, फिर उसे लगा इसके पास बंदूक नहीं हो सकती। वो आगे बढ़ा, अगले कैदी के पास पहुंचा। उसकी लाल आंखें और खतरनाक चेहरा देखकर वो थोड़ा घबराया, आगे बढ़ गया। अब उस कैदी के पास पहुंचा जिसने लिपस्टिक लगा रखी है। उसने जेलर को आंख मारी और कुछ इशारे किए। जेलर आगे बढ़ा, अगले कैदी के पास पहुंचा।
How to make a refrigerator accessible, how to make a washing machine accessible, your computer system accessible. So any technology that we're using in daily lives, how to make that accessible.
My parents, when got to know that I was deaf, they decided to move me out of this country, move me to America for better education. I got better education, but in my own mind, internally, I always felt this kind of connection with India. I wanted to go back, and I also did visit quite a few Indian colleges, and I saw so many people, so many deaf people just like me in this country, and I wanted to come back and support these people, the deaf people, how to make a better livelihood for all of them. How could they do that? So I decided training and establishing a training center would be best for a pan-India level training. One unique thing about being deaf is, in comparison with other disabilities, is we, the deaf community, heavily depend on visual communication, visual information, visual knowledge. We have developed a curriculum on something which we called Deaf Empowerment, which is focusing on the identity, the history, the culture, the language of deaf individuals, the communication, the awareness which is required to basically in the non-deaf community, that the deaf people are confident enough to communicate with each other.
I think for inclusion in society, it is essential to have accessibility in every sense of the term, whether it is education or entitlement for other privileges of life. When you put them together at an early age, children accept each other, understand each other, get over their complexes, and inclusion becomes a reality. When I started under a tree in 1981, the concept of inclusive education was not known at all. There was no legislation, there was no Right to Education Act, there was no other legislation which would say that children with disability should not be denied admission in regular schools. It is essential to have not only ramps, but think of accessibility in every sense of the term, whether it is going to the toilet or classroom situation. We have to make sure that teachers are trained. We have to also take care of the fact that the curriculum is adaptable. We need to have the required infrastructure, and we cannot deny admission to children with disability.
आपका ग्राउंड पूरा खाली है, कोई डिफेंडर नहीं है, पूरा अंदर ले अप करो उसको। इजी पवन है ना, आराम से, टेक योर टाइम, गुड।
Accessibility is not something which you can get if or. It must. It's absolute necessary. If we have a toilet and we don't make it accessible, where will the elders go who can't squat? What about people who've just got up from an operation who can't squat? I and you can live without water 10 days, food 20 days, not going to the bathroom. I'd like you to take a shot. How many days?
So this is the state of the toilet. You can see a series of steps leading up to the toilet, and in fact there is no identified disability toilet in this area. I live in Gurgaon and I have all my meetings and my work in Delhi, and I often go back to Gurgaon in the day just to go to toilet because I don't find a disability friendly toilet throughout the city of Delhi. And that really is a state of accessibility in the national capital of this country.
One of the key pain areas in the customer journeys of people with disabilities is using the washroom. So they tend to don't even go out because washrooms are not accessible at all. I think it's a very basic human facility which we owe to our customers. Future Group has made a humble beginning in that. There is a signage, the height of it has been kept down, so it's easy accessible. The width of the washroom has been kept minimum 4 feet so that PWD person can easily walk inside on the wheelchair. As you can see, the area of this washroom has been kept big enough for a wheelchair to come easily, have a turning radius and go back. And also this is a flip up bar, so it goes like this. This particular wash basin, we have tried keeping the area below this without any kind of cabinet or something, because the wheelchair can easily go in. Aisle space have been kept deliberately very big, so that we not only have a space for the wheelchair person, at the parallelly there is also space for the trolley to move in together at the same time. We have made a people with disabilities friendly trial room. This of course comes as a part of universal design. Whatever we design, we try and meet as many needs as possible. This is a pretty big, spacious room. The intent is that when a wheelchair person walks in, he should have the turning radius so that he walks in and he can go back. But at the same time, there should be enough space for him to move around and do the change.
When we look at accessibility, the work that has happened till now has largely been focused on the urban environment. If you go to rural homes, the person just sits in one place the whole day and can't do anything. Difficult also to come out of the home. And the thing is, the government is licensing several aspects of housing. Schemes like the Indira Awas Yojana, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan like campaigns, and none of these are addressing accessibility. The rural environment is so different from the urban environment, and general lives of people with disabilities is so different that the standards need to address all that, which it doesn't presently. I met Murli as a part of my PhD field study. He was one of the only 2 people I met who were educated and who had some aspirations.
కాకపోతే చిన్నప్పుడు ఆపరేషన్ చేసి ఇక్కడ ఒక కాలుకి మళ్ళీ క్యాల్పరస్ వేసిందంటే 10th క్లాస్లో టీవీ అటాక్ బాడీకి ట్యూబర్క్యులోసిస్ తర్వాత వీక్ అయిపోయి కర్రతో నడిచేది వదిలేసినాను. అప్పటి నుంచి ఇట్లా కూర్చొని తర్వాత కాలేజీ పోలేక ఇంటర్మీడియట్ కాలేజ్ పోయలేదు. తర్వాత ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ, అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ హిందూపూర్లో చదివి.
The challenges that he faces is one, of course, in his house, he's completely confined. There is no way he can move around because there is no space in the house, and he doesn't have a mobility device which can move in such small areas. At all points, he faces these accessibility challenges. And if these could be reduced, he could be such a bright person contributing to our economy. It would have been so good for the country and for him.
Access is an issue that cuts across disabilities and sectors and forms the very basis of empowerment of people with disabilities. Universal design accommodates people with disabilities, older people, children, and others who are non-average in a way that is not stigmatizing and benefits all the users. May I request all the dignitaries at the dais to please jointly do the honors of giving away the 9th NCPDP Emphasis Universal Design Awards. Starting with Dr. Aleem Chandani, Associate Vice President, Centum GRO Initiative. Dr. Aleem Chandani. Tigmanshu Bhatnagar, Guest Faculty, Department of Design, IIT Delhi. Tigmanshu is involved in several assistive innovation and research projects. Let's hear it for Tigmanshu Bhatnagar. Vishal Kapoor, Chief Design Officer, Future Enterprise Limited. Hearty congratulations to all the recipients.
I like to party, I go out, I'm doing everything I want to in my life right now, whichever way it is possible. But at the very same time, if I'm questioned on my relationship or my equation with men or anything else, my parents, everybody has flaws. It's just that you can see mine in form of a wheelchair. So if that one particular aspect could change, probably life would be more easier, that you're not questioned on, you're not stalked on every moment that you make. I think, yeah, I'll feel better if people stop judging me for my wheelchair.
In terms of what have we achieved, we've not really achieved much. But at least people know there is a word called accessibility. There is a word called Sugamya that needs to be understood. For me, that is a big enough opportunity. Yet, this opportunity would be lost if each one of us don't understand in perspective what is it about.
We can't just leave it to the government, and I think it's not something that the government should also do alone. They need to involve more and more persons with disabilities in their planning, in their execution, in all their efforts.
You may have the best of school offering education for people with disability, students with disability, but if you don't provide solution for accessible transport, accessible built environment, accessible information through which one can learn, it's not going anywhere. And without education, people with disability will continue to remain a charity issue.
It would take us some time to make it universally sort of, 100% impactive, but I would say we are very much there, and we have been able to take every stakeholder and civil society, NGOs, and even the media to write about it, which is a very good thing, because people are soon realizing that, infrastructure needs to be made accessible, and an accessible infrastructure brings so much more efficiency into the entire system.
We are doing just what is a drop in the ocean, but what needs to be done is from the apex bodies, concerned authorities, to make it universal, to make it mandatory, to make it something without which society cannot go ahead. And that is the time we are waiting for, when persons with disability will be kept on the same platform as the non-disabled.